Having a bit of early morning music here. Good morning. It's Harriet here. How are you, everyone? It is very early, 6 a.m. here in Adelaide, different times around the world. Good morning and welcome to Wake Up with Harriet. I can't see anybody on yet, but I'm just going to keep going. It's very warm here in Adelaide. I don't know where you're from, but it's really been crazy hot. Hi, Crystal. How are you this morning, wherever you are? Maybe it's evening or afternoon for you. Welcome to Wake Up with Harriet. And this morning's topic is this. It is, what is your money story? This is a really, really important one, Crystal. Where are you from, Crystal? Hi, Jessica. Hello, Jessica. How are you? In the UK, it must be nighttime. You must be getting ready for bed. How are you this evening? It's I keep hearing it's still really cold in England, and I can tell you it's been 35 degrees Celsius here in Adelaide, which is ridiculous for autumn. So we're all sweating. One of my children is unwell, I think probably because it's just that the poor kids, their bodies just can't keep up with what's going on. But good morning, hello. Hello. Newman as well. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today's topic to Wake Up with Harriet is your money story. This is a really important one I want to talk about. Does anybody here so far on the live stream understand what their money story is, or has even ever thought about this? Because it's a really, really important one to understand. And I want to take you through a few tips, because this is the one thing that may just be, it's just the one thing that may be holding you back. If you've been, for example, questions, if you've been trying to break through to a new financial income level, perhaps you're in an MLM, you're in a startup business. I know, Jessica, you've got your own business and you're working hard to get that off the ground and you're doing pretty well. But if you are finding that you're going round and round in circles, maybe you have a really great month, you earn you're earning well, you're on track, but then suddenly, bang, you're back to where you were. So you're almost like one step forward, two steps back. Another thing we see happen with people's money story is that it will really only allow you to get to a certain level and then you go back again. Because these are the common things I hear people say. I can't break through. It's a financial ceiling. I'm working so hard to earn more money or to break through, but I'm just not getting anywhere. So if that's familiar to you and you are wanting to earn more money, like most people, let's be honest, of wanting to earn more money, we need to ask ourselves this. Number one, what's your story? What's your money story? And what do I mean by that? What I mean by what's your money story is not like what's your whole history of your life, but what's your money story? Because as we're growing up, from the time we're little children, and particularly for girls, we'll hear messages around, well, what do you think I am? Are we made of money? Oh, rich people are crooked, or she's a rich bitch, or only privileged people or only certain few people in this world. You have to be privileged or lucky to have money. Money is the root of all evil. Money would ruin my life. I don't know. No, people like us, we're just always destined to be poor. To any of these guys, anyone who's on this live stream right now, tell me just with a comment if you believe that any of these comments around your money story could be true. The flip side of that is that you may have a very different money story, which is much healthier towards money. For me, myself, I grew up with a very religious parent in the Church of England who had a sense of almost, there was some sort of sense of, I don't know, importance about living in poverty, to be academically and intellectually wealthy, but to be financially poor, because he'd spent so many years as a monk in the Church of England, living on lentil pies and stuff. And he'd grown up extremely poor. So, of course, his money story, when it came through to growing up with us children, or growing us and leaving us as a father, was very much around lack and limitation, and that rich people are somehow dirty or crooked or evil. And that obviously imprinted. Why I'm saying to this, just be mindful, because your money story is what's going to be potentially circling you and holding you back. So Jessica, I'm just going to jump to the comments. Jessica, you grew up in poverty and heard a lot of these comments, and your nan still takes great care with every penny, even though she doesn't need to now. That's right. That's right. It's interesting you say that. Good morning, Simone. Good morning, Simone. It's interesting, Jessica, you say that, because my grandmother on my mother's side was a very wealthy woman, and she did the same. She'd buy 2 of everything. You'd find things wrapped up and save for a later date. You know, she had this sort of whole lack and limitation mindset, even though she was externally in the 3D world very wealthy. And that was also because she was a war baby. But just be mindful, what is your money story? Really, and remind me if I forget. Good morning, Simone. Remind me if I forget at the end of this live stream, because I do have something for you, I pulled out of one of my paid training courses is the module on your money story and a worksheet that goes with it. And I've just turned that into a little bundle for free for you guys. So if you want that at the end, remind me, let me know, and I'll just drop the link into the comments. So what's your money story? Number 2, why I'm asking you to think about your money story. Good morning, Alison. Because this is how it may be holding you back. And it's putting you on autopilot. Is your story serving you? So Jessica, in your case, if you have had grown up with a grandma around you that's counting every penny even when she doesn't need to, and that sense of lack and limitation that things may end, somehow these things will rub off onto you. Joel's just said, my band is my money story. The tragically hits. Okay, cool. Your band. Excellent. Oh, that's good. So is your money story serving you? If you have identified your money story, is that serving you or is it not serving you? Once you start to dig a little bit deeper and really dive into what are my beliefs around money, is this story serving me or is it perhaps holding me back? Now, it's really interesting, and I like to use myself as hey, Sharon, hello. My money story was very much, as I shared earlier, around that there's some sort of goodness in poverty. And my mum's money story is still to this very day that, oh, I can't possibly afford that. People like us don't have that money, or that is very wealthy. Somehow there's this huge gap that almost like people with any money, they're a different species, right? They're a different species. And they're not. They just have a different money story. But when I identified that I'd grown up with this sense of poverty is actually a good, healthy thing, you're full of goodness if there's poverty. And when I really only identified that more recently, it's removed the blocks, right? That I don't have to. Another one, guys, to be mindful of is your money story. If you are out earning your parents, in some cultures and in some countries, this is going to be a big one, particularly for women. Hey, Sharon, if you are out earning your parents, I know for me, I've always out earned my parents since I was probably in my late 20s. They were teachers, a very noble profession, but it wasn't difficult to out earn an Australian teacher's income, particularly in my profession, former profession, I should say. Hey, Megan, how are you? Good morning. So is your story serving you? So for you guys who've just joined, today we're talking about what's your money story? Just a very quick recap, because it's so important for you guys, particularly if you're in a startup business or you're wanting to grow your income, to identify what your money story is. So identify it. What is your money story? Did you grow up thinking that money was the root cause of all evil, that it's filthy, that people like us don't have money, rich people are evil, we have to keep up with the Joneses? And I thought, guys, just remind me, because I am super tired. I've got a sick kid who's been extremely sick for a week and lacking sleep. Remind me at the end of this, if you'd like the free bundle, which is just the training video and the worksheet that goes with this, which I pulled out of my paid 6-week coaching program to give to you, let me know. Number 2, okay, once you've identified your money story, and you can do that in the worksheet that I've got for you, is your story serving you? Because this may well be holding you back. And this is once you start to become aware of your story, you can understand, is it serving me? Is that belief that money is the cause of all evil stopping me from earning money in my doTERRA business or whatever it may be? I mean, a lot of people that join these lives are, in startups or they're home-based businesses. They're doing some really cool stuff. Like myself, I left the corporate world 18 months ago to start my own business. Hey, Joel, what accent? Where are you from? I don't have an accent. Because another thing I want to talk about, that story, that money story that you've got, guys, might just be this. I've got so many notes this morning. Is that so often we'll find that the money story that you have, once you identify it, is linked to, are you good enough? Are you worthy? And are you deserving? And I'm going to say these three again, and I want you to imprint these and think to yourself, does this apply to me? Am I good enough? Just think about this. Do I feel good enough to receive? Am I good enough at my job or my career or my business to receive the money? 2, am I worthy? Am I worthy of receiving this money? Do I deserve it? So those 3 things are 3 things that could really be linked to that money story. And that's normally what I'll see with my clients, is there's this whole thing around being good enough, deserving enough, or worthy enough. So have a think about that. So now you've identified your money story. You've worked out if it's working for you or against you, if it's working for you to help you call in the abundance, or it's working against you to really put that blocker in. And you're wondering why the money's not flowing, why the money's not coming in, why you get to a certain point every month, maybe in your band, in your earnings, whatever it may be, and you can't break through it. This may well be what your invisible or your unconscious limitation is, because this is your belief keeping you stuck in a spot. It's that internal thermostat we talked a few days ago on Wake Up with Harriet about your money mindset, when we're talking about your internal thermostat and opening up the way for abundance, because we all have a cybernetic mechanism in our brain which keeps us on course, and it's trying to keep us safe. So if all of a sudden we're trying to break our normal routine, earn a shed load more money, what's going to happen is that our little cybernetic mechanism in the brain, like a plane on autopilot, is going to course correct. So we're veering off, and the old unconscious brain is trying to keep us safe. We're trying to veer our course and do something different to make some more money and perhaps break that old pattern of our money story. And of course, that cybernetic mechanism, or the thermostat, is going, whoa, Harriet, or whoa, Sharon, or whoa, Douglas, you're going off course. What are you trying to do? You know, this is the path we normally take, and you're going that way. What are you doing? I've got to bring you back on course and course correct you. So then you go back to earning the same cycle of income that you've been earning for months and months and months, and you wonder why you're not breaking it. That's your money story. That is your money story that's keeping you back on that path, which is not allowing you to break through. So once you understand your money story and you can start going off that safe path to a new story, you'll hit resistance. You're going to hit, your whole unconscious mind is going, ah, it's having a massive freak out. It wants to control you. It wants to keep you safe, right? And it's going off course. And is that Simon? Simon, good morning, good evening. This is a good one for you, Simon. We're talking about money mindset. We mentioned this the other day in the Facebook group. Money mindset and your beliefs around what you're deserving. Are you good enough, worthy enough, or deserving? And what your beliefs are about what you can or can't achieve, or your money story. So this is a really good one for you. So guys, just remember, once you've identified your money story, is it working for you or is it not working for you? Allow it to go off course, and your unconscious mind is going to try to course correct you and bring you back on path. That's your money story. It's like a rubber band. You can push it so far and then it's going to spring back. You need to learn to push, stretch the rubber band, or just get a goddamn bigger one. All right? Now we've done that. The third part is a really extremely important part of your money story, because like any story, you can close the book, right? I can get a book off let's get Brendan. I probably don't want to close him. This is a really good book, guys, by the way. If you haven't ever read Brendan Burchard, you want to get more done in a day, you can open your book and read it. And I can decide, well, this is not how my story is going to end. And I can close it and go, screw you, I'm putting you over there. Not having that. I'm going to write a different story. I'm going to have a different story, and I pick another one, all right? The extremely powerful thing that you can do with your money story, once you've identified what's your story, I had to get that straight. I'm going in reverse. I'm going against what feels right. Okay, number 3 is to replace and rewrite it. People have this sense that somehow making a change and rewiring your brain and rewiring your story is going to take months, it's going to take years. Guys, I'm going to call out bullshit on this, right? I'm going to call BS on this. In the last week, yes, I'm 45 years old, so I'm not a spring chicken. But what I'm saying to you, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are, or what age you are. At any point, you can replace and rewrite your money story. In the last week, I have blown mine out of the water. I thought I'd got it sorted. I thought I knew my story. 6 weeks ago, I did a lot of deep work to really identify it. I invest a lot in training and my own development, guys, in case you hadn't noticed. Over 100,000 in the last 18 months, right? And that's what I'm giving back to you guys and growing myself and my business and my life. But when you realize that you can replace and rewrite your money story or your entire story, if you know quantum physics, which is energy, you can do what you like. You can replace and rewire your money story at any point you like. You just need to know how to. So remember, I reminded you guys, remind me at the end of this live, if you'd like that free bundle of the video, it's a video bundle and a worksheet that I've just lifted out of my paid coaching program. Shh. I'm going to just set that up in a nice little package for you. Just let me know below if you want it, and I'll drop the link into the boxes. But by replacing and rewriting your money story, identify it, work out if it's working for you, then start to rewire it. You can do this through affirmations, through mantras. Does anybody here use mantras or affirmations? Who's on at the moment? Just give me a yes or a no. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've got another worksheet I can give you as well, just to help you out a bit. By starting to reprogram your mind, 30 days, it takes around 30 days to change a habit. So rather than believing I can't afford that, you say, you shift out your mindset to a different thought process and affirmation. One of them, simple ones might be, that I'm a money magnet. Money flows to me in avalanches of abundance. I have everything I need and more. There's so much you can do. Sharon's just said yes to the link. Great. The money mantras. It's been so popular, the money mantras. It's a really simple thing, but you need to practice these and you need to really vibe at a different level. And I know this is getting a bit deep for nighttime in the UK, early morning in Australia. But to replace and rewrite, it's no good just academically writing them down and reading them like you would in old-fashioned school. You need to feel this. Look yourself in the mirror and truly believe in this change. Because when you put this into your body and your whole body and mind and soul is feeling the energy of the change, you're going to do it so much faster. If you're just reading and writing academically to tick a box, nothing's going to change. Right now, I know I'm being really tough here, but I care that you guys get out of your whole mindset of lack, limitation, stories that don't work for you anymore. It's not a hard thing to do to push through that rubber band. Stretch it, bust it, get a new band. In fact, just don't get a rubber band at all. Be unlimited. So you can replace and rewrite this story. Right? Catch yourself every time you say, my biggest one I want you to eradicate. Here's a challenge for you today or for you guys in the UK tonight and tomorrow. Catch yourself when you say, I can't afford it. Just don't say anything. Don't even enter into that conversation with your brain. I hear people around me say, oh, well, I just don't have the money for that. Bullshit. Money is abundant. Look around you. Look around you. The air is not limited. Look at the gardens, the trees, the buildings. The humans in our world have created. The limitation is in your own head. The only limitation exists. That doesn't exist anywhere else. It's only up here. Okay, now I'm getting a bit full on and I promised I'd keep these short, so I better stop now and wrap it up. But if you want some help to replace and rewrite your money story and your beliefs and those affirmations, let me know, and I'm going to, good morning, Andrea, or good evening for you. Lots of people from England. Hi, Andrea. Big kiss to you. Hope you're doing okay. Replace and rewrite. And I'm going to drop that. I'm just going to put that link in there anyway, and you guys can choose to you can have a look at it or not. It's a very simple, it's a 5-minute video. You're stuck with my noggin. I'll be talking to you on the video and with you. And then you download 2 worksheets and you can learn just to identify your money story and then how to replace and rewrite, how to swap out your old limiting beliefs with some of your new ones, new non-limiting beliefs, okay? Really simple. It'll take you probably 10 minutes to do the entire download and exercise. And if you can't invest 10 minutes in yourself, you're probably not ready to even begin to look at changing your money story. Is that making sense? No worries. So I have to zoom in here. I've got a small screen and I haven't got my glasses on. Fiona, yes, please. Totally agree. Thank you, Harriet. Oh, my pleasure. I love being here for you guys. Jennifer, great. No worries. Letasia, have I pronounced your name correctly? Letasia, it's a really pretty name. Douglas was on here somewhere. Hi, Douglas. I'm so sorry I'm not up in Brisbane. I have a very sick small boy who's been up during the night vomiting now. So it's just going from one thing to another. So such is life. There are reasons for all of it. Guys, replace, rewrite. Just remember, are your money stories, what's your money story? I'm going to show you these again. What's your money story? And is it linked to you being good enough, worthy enough, or deserving? Because if you want to make more money, you are going to have to pull it out by the roots and have a good look at it, okay? Do it with some love, self-care and respect, but just you're going to have to do it because it's the one thing that'll keep you stuck where you are, okay? So guys, oh, thanks, Douglas. Praying for Max. I know. It's it's all go at the moment. We wonder why, that there's always a reason. There's always a reason why life throws up these mountains, I guess, or potholes, whatever you want to call them. And we just have to roll with it, take away the resistance and say, look, what is happening is happening. I'm doing what I can. All right. So thank you, Douglas. Big hugs and big love to everybody up at the boot camp today. Love you guys. Miss you, and I'm sorry I'm not there. Please send them my hugs. Guys, have a wonderful day. Remember, what's your money story? Is it linked to your current financial situation? Because I can guarantee it will be. I'm going to drop those links into the boxes below as soon as we're finished here, and go ahead and help yourself. Let me know how you get on. I would love to hear how you get on. If you've got any questions, just shoot them through to me, drop them in, private message me, see if I can help. But otherwise, sending you all lots of love. Be kind to yourselves and enjoy the worksheet and the video and the mantras. And I'll talk to you guys. I'm back Friday. Oh, another thing I've got, sorry, tomorrow I have a big announcement, 10 a.m. Adelaide time. That's 2 a.m. in the UK. So guys, don't wake up for it. Though you can if you want, be there. And that's sort of evening time, mountain time, Pacific time, and Eastern time in the US. So guys, join me tomorrow. I have a big announcement. Woo! Super exciting. So I will talk to you tomorrow, but Wake Up with Harriet is back on Friday, Adelaide time in the morning. See you guys, lots of love. And thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining me. It's great to see Simon, Nicole, Jessica, Douglas, Maria, Sharon, and so many more people. Love Simone, all of you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a beautiful day, beautiful evening. Get some sleep. Bye.